ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a totally unfair, biased fight that we've got for you today. Now, those of you know me know that I absolutely love my last stance against overwhelming odds, and that's exactly what we're going to be doing today. So we've got ourselves some Imperial Guardsmen, about 100,000 of them. They're going to be defending this lovely little small city here against overwhelming numbers of chaos. There's about 5 million chaos melee combatants all coming in here. Even the renegades are melee combatants, ladies and gentlemen. Now, what's happened here is chaos has converted this planet to their cause, and now it's throwing all the inhabitants at the remaining guardsmen. Only they've got no ammunition, so they're just going to have to do it the good old-fashioned way, ripping the guardsmen limb from limb as they try to get close. Now, these guardsmen here, they are not alone. There's not just conscripts here. We have got some death corps mixed in with it as well, and we've even got a few blood ravens. Now, I don't know if I can actually find any of them, but there is definitely some blood ravens over here as well. We've also got a couple of artillery guns, a few Lehman Russies, so things should get very, very spicy. Now, realistically, is anyone actually expecting the Imperial Guard to be able to defend against this? Because, I mean, yeah, there's a heck of a lot of enemies coming at them at the moment. I mean, so far, the lines are holding. They've only lost 2,000 and killed 200,000. So that's a pretty good kill ratio at the moment. God, look at that. There we go. Oh, look at this. We found some of them. Some blood ravens over here, shooting over the wall, lending their bolt of fire to that front line as artillery shells come in, scattering thousands and thousands up into the air. The blood is surely going to flow. Now, one interesting thing that I thought might happen with this, bit by bit, is as we build a body wall around the outside of the city, we might actually start to flood the city with blood. Now, I'm really excited to see if that happens, because, like I said, if we do manage to build some body walls up around here on the outside, the blood's going to have nowhere to go but into the center. Now, interestingly enough, we have got some walls around here, which are going to be sort of the inner sanctum of the defense, really. Oh, look at this. The main entryway here, under heavy assault from chaos. Lots of forces pouring in. There's a brutal frontline combat going on over here. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like there's any tank support or much artillery support over here. We can see that the Imperial Guard line has largely collapsed on this side as they're being pushed back to the wall now. My God, that's a lot of chaos. I mean, let's just go out for a big zoomed out view here so you can actually see. Look at that. That is 5 million chaos. There's so many here. It's ridiculous. Let's go back in. Come on, camera. There we go. Let's get the speed. There we go. Nice. Back in now. So, the Imperial Guard breaching 500,000 kills now. These 428,000 of the undead poxwalkers still on the outside here, but they're taking a hell of a beating, and so are the Imperial Guard. Our front line is just a quagmire of death at the moment. My God, I love them artillery shells. Just coming in and sending things flying through the air. I love it as well when it hits like a group over here in the back, and it just creates this hole, and it's immediately filled in because the swarm's that big. Like that one there. We only just managed to catch that one. But yeah, it does look like the Imperial Guard now are being forced back little by little towards the actual walls here, which is sort of actually kind of good for them, because what's going to have to happen now then is that the zombies are going to have to pile up the corpses high enough to be able to actually pass over the wall, or they're going to have to try and keep forcing in little entryways like this, which are currently being heavily defended by a lot of Liber Russies. Look at this. My God, that is some extreme firepower on this front line. No wonder the zombies have been really struggling to push anything over here. We have got firepower as well on the rooftops. Look at this. The Space Marine standing next to his brethren. Like I said, we've got a couple of Death Corps as well mixed in. These guys have got a really nice overview from up here. It's going to be very hard for the zombies to actually push the inner sanctum here. Oh, look at the blood. The blood is actually starting to pool up. Oh, look at this. We've actually filled this area as well. That's kind of cool. But yeah, I did predict that the blood would be a little bit of a problem here, and it could really still end up being it. Look at this, though. I'm actually surprised that this defense is holding so well on this side. How come it hasn't collapsed on this side, but has on all the others? That don't make any sense. Every other wall has collapsed now. Oh, no, I guess on this side. Okay, so I guess it's just the fact that we had a lot more troops outside the wall on these areas. God, that's so crazy defense, though. Look at how many zombies are dying every second. A good couple of thousand. And the body piles are starting to get absolutely stupendous now. Oh my. So what I'm quickly going to do is I'm going to hit a little time-lapse camera while we wait for some of these bodies to pile up. And we're also going to wait for these Imperial Guardsmen here. I've got a feeling they're going to get pushed back little by little. So we'll sort of try and capture this area here, because we can see a body pile over that side and we can see a body pile over that side. So we'll be back in a second. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and look at this. We've made some monumental body piles already. Look at these walls. They've absolutely been swamped now by the chaos here. There's no walls left in some parts. The Imperials now fighting a desperate line here, trying to hold back all the chaos as best as they can. But my God, look at these body piles. Some of them are stupendous. I mean, let's look at this one. It's a 3-story building. Look. We're at the 3rd floor, basically, of a building there. That's stupendous. There's so many bodies piled up now as the Imperials come up to 2 million kills. They're a little away from it yet, but they are getting there bit by bit. So it does look like the outer flank on this side is collapsing bit by bit as well. However, Chaos has a foothold over here. Oh my God. Look at this bad boy here. Another monumental body. That's absolutely stupendous. Chaos forces here have really been trying to push into this area, but I think thanks to the Blood Ravens who are helping to defend this location, their corpses have just been piling up high. That artillery as well, just shooting at the top level up here as the zombies come over the top. Oh, look at this swarm on this side though. The zombies are starting to get a little bit of a foothold over here. I want to say a little bit, it's actually quite a large foothold. There seems to be very few Imperial forces actually defending this area. Some of them are trying to backpedal bit by bit, which means that we're going to be giving up our artillery positions eventually. And as predicted, the city is starting to fill up with blood. I mean, that's a... Oh my God, is that all throughout the city? Oh my God. It's at least past your kneecaps all the way around the city now. Some of the troops are up to it in the waist, but yeah, in places it's definitely past your kneecaps. That's a lot of blood. That's actually kind of scary. Oh my God. But yeah, this side's looking a little bit shaky at the moment for the Imperials. Look at this front line. We have got quite a few deathcore over here by the looks of it, so that's probably why it's been held out for so long. But yeah, that foothold that they've got on this side, man, that's pretty deadly. This artillery is going to be having a bit of a field day as well with some point-blank shots. Let's see here. Let's see if we can capture one. Come on, fella. You know you want to do it. There we go. It's facing the... I don't know why it does that. It faced the wrong way and fires the artillery shell a completely different direction. Interesting tactic. But yeah, look how quickly that front line is instantly filled in. The Imperials now have breached 2 million kills. Things are looking a little bit desperate. There's only 24,000 defenders remaining as well now. That number has gone down really quickly. I'm wondering here where it's going to come down to. Is it going to be the Space Marines with the Death Corps? Because the conscripts here are taking an absolute pounding on all sides now. God, this is going to turn into brutal street fighting bit by bit. The outer walls have only held Chaos back for so long. I mean, they're getting close to getting halfway through their entire army of Chaos here, so I don't know. Perhaps this is doable. I'm sorry, but every time I see this body pile over here, absolutely ridiculous. You can definitely tell where the Space Marines were, can't you? I mean, most of the forces seem to be alive over this side as well. But yeah, I love that. That's absolutely fantastic body pile. Get back over here. Let's see what was happening on this side now. Okay, yeah, so an official foothold by Chaos has now been had on this flank. They are completely swarming this area. An artillery position has disappeared. I think actually 2 artillery guns have now disappeared from there. Yeah, this is turning deadly on this flank. So I think what's going to end up happening then is we're going to have a defense on this side by the end of it. I think all these Imperials now are going to try to retreat back. Oh, look at all the blood. They're going to try to retreat back through the streets here and probably link up with the troops on the far north side over there. I mean, at least that's what I'd be doing at this point. Screw the artillery position. Get the hell out of here, guys. Let's hope some Valkyries come in. Do a couple of bombing runs on them. But yeah, the blood is really flowing in this area. And look at the Chaos now. Swarming in. So many of them. The Imperials have done an excellent job, though. The last 18,000 of them defending here vigorously. They've actually started to make a new body pile on the inside here. God, look at all them Chaos. There's still so many. Let's go for a bit more of an overhead view and see what we can see. Oh yeah, the defense doesn't look anywhere near as solid as it did before. And to me, the horde doesn't look any smaller. I know we've killed half of them, but it still feels like there's just as many as when we started. But yeah, I think some of the Imperials are going to get a little bit pincered here, bit by bit. So we can see these chaps here have almost got nowhere to retreat. I think actually the blood in like areas like this might make it a little bit impassable for them. Yeah, so... Oh God, Chaos are really just swarming in now. This entire flank has fallen. Imperials on the top here with really good overwatch, though. Oh, they are getting attacked by Chaos, though. Look at this. A couple of Chaos have made their way up to the top. Go back over to this side. How are we holding on this side? Yeah, thanks to the Space Marines, they are still holding firmly on this side. Officially now, we've only got half of the Chaos army left to kill. With 14,000 remaining defenders here. God, this defense is actually getting so fluid now. It's kind of hard to keep track of where everyone is. So we have still got these guys over here. Luckily, they've got some artillery to try and help them out just a little bit. But look at this blood, man. Little Timmy, get out your merchant ship. We've turned this into Venice. This is Chaos's version of Venice. That's what we've made here. They're going to get the gondolas out after they've had this. Have a couple of blood wine cups, you know. Maybe even fight Slanesh over for a bit of a romantic night. Oh my God. Look at this. The insanity as Chaos now pours amongst all the streets here. Corpses and blood just litter everywhere. And yet the Space Marines still holding out. Doing what a Space Marine does. Not yielding. Look at them, man. They've been holding this area for ages, like 20 minutes. That's a long time to be holding a single body pile. Not even a defensible position anymore. It's literally just standing on top of a mound of bodies over there. So it does look like this side has actually collapsed now. None of them managed to retreat. It looks like very few of them have actually managed to retreat over here. Yeah, Chaos really cut them off. Just closing off all avenues. So what's going to happen any moment now is these guys are going to get attacked in the rear. And they're not going to like it because that is just going to be morale destroying for this line. God, look, you can just see it happening. Some of the guys in the background are going to know it's happening because they can see it's over there. But the front line is still holding here with 6,000 remaining. I mean, they're putting in that work, man. You can't deny. I mean, look at this area here in particular. It's just an absolute slaughter. Man, this game. I love this game at times, man. So much blood has been spilt now. Here we go. Chaos are actually coming into the rear now. Yeah, look at this. We've actually almost buried a car. Oh, we've almost buried a car in blood. Yeah, man, I was really not expecting this much blood to be spilled in our streets here. I'm very impressed. Chaos have pretty much got control of all the rear streets now. So this is the last stand here of the guard. Like I said, there's a lot of deathcore over this side. Which is probably, like I said, why it's been holding out for so long. Not just the Space Marines. I would say that 100 deathcore are the equivalent of one Space Marine. I would say that happily. The Deathclaw are really, really strong. And especially in this game as well, for an individual unit like they are. I mean, comparative to a Space Marine. But the Space Marines are in this are really tanky. They've just got lots of health, and it's really hard to hit them. They've got a lot of deflection. So, yeah. It just makes them really tough and tanky. And, of course, they've got bolters that insta-kill most units in one hit. So, that always helps, too. Where's your poor average guardsman here? Think he needs to pump, like, 3 or 4 shots into one of these guys to actually kill one of the normal dudes. Where's this bolter fire here? It's just exploding, killing, like, 3 or 4 people at a time. Yeah, look, this entire flank has fallen over here now, except for the Space Marines. They are not going to give up, man. They're going to make this body pile as big as they possibly can. Have we actually managed to drown that car, yeah? Where was it? I think it was in this street. Oh, no, it was not quite there. Oh, ever so, almost. Look at that. A bit more blood, guys. A little bit more blood into this area, please. Come on. Oh, it touches. It touched tips. The touching tips. I don't think we're going to get it. I don't know. I'm hopeful. It all rests on this, ladies and gentlemen. Screw the fight. What happens here is crucial. There we go. Oh, I think, yeah, you know what? That's deep enough. That's deep enough for me to say, yeah, we've managed to drown a Ford Mondeo in blood. Good luck taking that one to the mechanic. As the last troops here now form a desperate defense in this street-to-street fighting. Again, I think, yeah, the Space Marines are the only things left here. And even they are few and far between now. How are the guys doing on this side? Oh, there's only 1 of them left. There was 3 before. Oh, no, there's 2 of them. So they are still some alive. Okay. Odd. Look at all that blood, man. That's a lot. So I would say now that the main troops remaining are the ones that are basically on top of the buildings here, who've just been laying the smackdown into the enemies for the entire match. Oh my god, look at them all swarming in here. But we all knew that realistically the Imperials didn't have any chance whatsoever. It was a matter of how many they could actually kill before succumbing to the Chaos Horde here. And I think, ladies and gentlemen, with that, we can sort of end this one here. I do think that, yeah, well, it's obvious Chaos won this one, obviously. But as always, ladies and gentlemen, I do hope you've had a blast. I know I have. Please do comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. A massive shout out to all our channel members who helped keep this channel going. And if you're not a channel member, why the heck not? Click the join button below. And while you're at it, go check out this amazing metal wall art. Wouldn't you love to have this cybernetic doggo hanging from your wall? With all that being said, as always, until next time, peace.